Om Shanti. Accumulate the power of thoughts and become an instrument for elevated service. Controlling power. Your mind, which itself is a subtle power, has to be under your control. That is, it should do everything as it is ordered to do, and it will then enable you to pass with honors and claim a right to the kingdom. In order to accumulate the power of your thoughts, only do that which you think of. As soon as you say stop, your thoughts should stop. When you think of doing service, busy yourself in doing service. When you think of the Supreme Abode, then go to the Supreme Abode. Increase such controlling power. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 2. Accumulate the power of thoughts and become an instrument for elevated service. Today's topic, controlling power. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Everyone is doing homework, right? While being busy, doing actions, just stop for a few moments to do your homework. And then you really feel that what is the percentage of power of thought I have accumulated. We had living example of Dadi Prakashmani. She will get a thought. And we knew that when she gets a thought in the morning, all what she's thinking is going to happen. So one day, after Murli class, she said, I want to see gathering of 5,000 Brahmins. At that time was 5,000 also a big number. Now where to invite 5,000? There was Om Shanti Bhavan, could take 1,800 to 2,000. So then, those days we had most of the brothers are not there. One brother who used to buy the milk from the farmers, milk, vegetables, whatever, no? He was very good in that. So one of the farmers called him and said, I have this land. And that time was 2 rupees, one, what they call it? Square yard. So he said, I want to sell this land and I want to give only to Brahma Kumaris. So he came to Dadi and said, Dadi, he's offering us this land. Dadi said, buy it, buy it. The Peace Park, which you all see, that was the land. Now, okay, to get land, now what to do it? So one couple from Africa, many from Africa, they had business and then they wanted to come back to India. So both of them, couple said, we want to come to India and ask Dadi if there is any project which we can take. You must have seen them, no? Vasanti and Kishore Bhai and his son, one of the Biju, Bridju. So they took that project. So then they start thinking that making area where Baba's children can gather, but also where visitors can come. No more service can happen also. So this is how. Then suddenly she will say, we had been doing program for a few thousand, but Dadi wants for 100,000. Within 3 weeks in Ahmedabad, big program. I think there were about 10,000 less than 100,000, but within 3 weeks, I was also there. So my question was, is it because it has to happen, she get thought, or is it her thought that it happens? What would you say? Huh? Both. See, her catching power, something had to happen in drama, and she get the thought, but then she gets credit because she gets the thought and gets it done again. No? There is a saying that preordained is being ordained again. But what is that preordained? So is our every thought coming from that what is preordained? Because if it is, then instantly that thought will happen. Right? And Dadis had that capacity. No, Baba is talking about power of the thought. Their capacity was that whatever had to happen, they will get the thought and then they will get it done. Lot of Dadis I saw, it's like they just have a vision or insight and from there they work. So we also have to develop that. This is what I want to happen. Right? So if there is power in the thought, then it's going to happen definitely. But one interesting point in Avek Murli was that don't make past as present. Especially for some of the experiences. Yesterday night there was pizza, right? Whenever, whichever night. And today we have dal roti. So we're thinking of pizza and eating dal roti. So past we making present. And what is that present? So thinking, always comparing. कल तो बहुत अच्छा था. Yesterday was very good. So we don't really enjoy what is today. Actually, it should be yesterday was yesterday, today is today. So if you really notice many times, we immerse the past at the present. So Baba is saying, have controlling power. Your mind, which itself is a subtle power. Don't take your thoughts ordinarily. When you have thoughts, think about it properly, right? Your mind, which itself is a subtle power, has to be under your control. Because its subtle power should be under your control, that is, it should do everything as it is ordered to do. And it is ordered to do, and it will then enable you to pass with honors. It should do everything as it is ordered to do, and it will then enable you to pass with honor and claim its rights to the kingdom, self-sovereignty. In order to accumulate the power of your thoughts, only do which you think of. That means it's a kind of focus, concentration. It also a practice, right? I had been seeing some of the souls here. This retreat, coming retreat, Avyakti Parivar, very, very full when she says, lot of waiting, lot of. So I was seeing that how Anne Ben and the team, they finding a bed or a mattress or somewhere to accommodate everyone. And they have been able to accommodate, right? Hmm? 196. When it gets full. When it gets full. 180. Because even if we are getting something outside, but Brahmins really like to stay. So we say, okay, accommodate and adjust with each other. So only do that which you think of. As soon as you say, stop your thoughts, should stop. You know, when you give your exam for car driving, if they say stop, if it goes even half a yard, you won't get license, right? Driving license is only when stop is stop. Right? So Baba says, when you think of doing service, busy yourself in doing service. It's time for service, but I want to go and sit in Baba's room, right? I'm sitting in Baba's room and I'm thinking, oh, I have to still do my part. I left my pots and pans, didn't wash them. I mean, there is a common saying when people come from work at home, they talk about work. And when they are at work, they think about home. My this member of family would have. So it's a very common thing. No, but what Baba wants us to do, when you think of doing service, busy yourself in doing service. When you think of the Paramdham, Supreme Abode, then go to the Supreme Abode. This is a very good practice, right? Increase such controlling power. You know, when I listen to a big signal, I just say, oh, this seems to be the another chance to practice what maybe we haven't done. It's like checking and creating and making it, right? So we should take it, you know, seriously doesn't mean laboring, but attention. Or as often we can look at. Even we are very busy in karma yoga, but still there should be attention. And then you will really see what I need to do, how I need to do, how much I need to do. Right? Very interesting. Okay. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Didi. Good evening. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I'm wondering where you are because you were here, right?
I'm back in Tampa.
Now you are in Tampa. You know, Tampa has a very beautiful center. It's right on the river. Yeah, it's very, very beautiful.
Thank you for the blessing, Didi.
No,
Always.
I'm saying it that maybe you will invite us there.
Oh, definitely. Always. Always a standing invitation. Always.
Okay.
Um, I
Reached Tampa today.
I reached Tampa today, yes.
I was watching program in Manhattan. Was beautiful, right?
It was very nice. It was such a close feeling of togetherness and it was very nice.
Yeah, they sent a video. I was watching.
Yeah.
Very.
Um, so, Didi, I really loved Sunday's Murli, and I really like the program for this month on thoughts, because I feel that it is so useful. Like, I feel like I'm a student of thinking, of thoughts, right? How do thoughts work? How does it all work? And when Baba is doing a whole month on thoughts, it's so nice to see that, because I feel that, like I can pick your brain and ask you a few questions about how this works. So one of the things Baba said, which is related to today, is Baba said you should control your mind, you should focus. Like even in Sunday, he said about concentration. And today, again, he's saying about if you think about service, just think about service. If you go to the soul world, just think about the soul world. How how does this happen? How does the internal process happen of focusing like that?
Once we start focusing, then we also know that what is pulling me from that focus, that I want to concentrate, but where thoughts are going. Don't get scared, in the sense of, oh, I'm not able to do. But notice what it pulls you. Is it attachment with something? Is it attraction? Is it fear? Is it obstacle? What is really pulling your mind away from that focus? Right? And then you start paying attention when you notice that, like if you have heard something, seen something, it keeps coming back, coming back. Some I see sisters are very good in total control. They don't think. If they don't have to think, they don't think. But some of us have this habit of. I remember that once I gave a gift to someone, and then I say, oh, I should have given to that one. And I immediately said, why I am going back? Or sometimes you have done something which is not right, and you keep thinking about it. But then you say, just have good wishes, just have pure thoughts, and how that thing, the consequences, if that's not right, will not happen. So I think that you start noticing why, and then you practice that no, I'm not going to do that. And then 60%, 80%, it becomes that you did something and then you forget it. You don't think. And then I remember Brahma Baba, after Murli, he will come out and say, whatever Baba spoke last Kalpa, Baba spoke. Baba never would say, I should have said this, or I could have said this, no? Never. So one of the very good practices I did before exactly what I am doing today. Because you wouldn't have anyway be able to do differently, right? But also one of the way to stop and to control is also whatever drama, kalpa go, that's what happened, right?
Right, right. One, it related to that. In Sunday, Baba was talking about fire of yoga, and he was talking about it has to be an intense fire of yoga. So, what is this internal process again of it becoming fire of yoga, of some, from yoga to fire of yoga, how to, like, remembrance, yoga, and then fire of yoga.
I came in Gyan, they used to tell us that if you keep a paper and what they call it, which glass?
Magnifying glass.
Right. And under the sun rays, the paper start burning. So it's like Baba's rays of light, Baba's power, Baba's drishti. But also there is another one is burning, but every sanskar will emerge in the form of thought. And if you really have ability, capacity to change the thought, in a way you are burning that sanskar. You are kind of erasing that sanskar. But when it comes in the thoughts, we don't pay attention. We again change those thoughts into words and actions, and so then that sanskar becomes stronger. But if when it emerges, I said, no, that's not right thought. Why I get this kind of thought? And change it, bring the elevated thought. In a way, sanskar will also be, if it is very strong, it will start getting like melted, Next time it will be less, third time you won't even see it. So when we have good yoga, because I remember many of you might know, when we come in Gyan, I used to think, how can I do this? How will I do this? How will only wear white or only eat this? But how it started happening, amazingly, after some time, we realize, oh, I have changed so much. So many of my habits have really changed. It's because of remembrance. So whether you call it burning of sanskar or transformation today Baba, in the Murli Baba gave example that they don't keep body for long, right? They burn it. In Hindu religion, they burn it. In other religions, they bury it, which is not considered right by us, because we feel that soul will very much remain connected with the body when still body is there. So if they burn it, then soul says, now it's finished, right? Let me go further. Let me go now for another part. Otherwise, very subtle connection stays and thoughts keep coming back. So same is sanskars, right?
Right. Connected to sanskaras, Didi, Baba was saying about burning. How do you know you're not suppressing? How do we know that I'm burning a sanskara versus suppressing a sanskara?
Suppressing is that you are not able to transform the thought, right? That thoughts keep coming back. And you keep saying, no, no, no. Or you just kind of denial, like you don't accept. That means you don't accept or you don't make enough effort to transform, right? But if we transform, then we know that sanskar is not there. Like also experiment. If you meet someone in soul consciousness and share drishti, right? But if you are not in soul conscious, you just look at someone. So you see the difference in experience. And that experience tells you, do this again. It was very good experience, right? So the comparison also of effort and attainment can kind of motivate you. It was very lovely when I did this. So you will again want to do that, right? So it's like I always say we are so concerned about changing or burning old sanskar. Why not create new sanskars? No? When you create new sanskars, automatically old ones will be removed. So pay attention. Oh, I have to do with love, right? I have to have patience. So keep using that virtue. Then automatically the weakness which is there will change into a virtue.
Right.
Vice can change into virtue. So it's a practice, no? Practice of soul consciousness.
I, I the question is coming to me is again, is there a different time that we burn and a different time that we create, or just by creating we are getting rid of the old? Just by creating new sanskaras, are we getting rid of the old, or we have to take time to burn the old sanskaras?
Mm. See, word burning is used, right? We say fire of yoga. I think that you pay it, as I said, with your focus, with your concentration and power from Baba. Sanskar will really disappear, and that could be burning. You know, we're using word burning as finishing it completely, right? Like
Right.
Baba gave example that a body like Raman is not burned completely. So same could be the sanskars. So I feel burning is more like sanskar is removed, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you think?
I'm listening to you, Didi. I'm thinking about what you're saying, that my question is it actually possible? Is it possible to create new sanskaras if old sanskaras are still working?
Yeah, many people ask now that if it is from last kalpa, they will again emerge next kalpa. So were they burnt or they were merging and emerging and merging, emerging and merging? Like yesterday Baba said or somewhere, don't allow your Shudra or Kshatri sanskars to emerge. You know that they could emerge. Like your nature of argument, it could emerge anytime. But what start happening is your nature keep changing, right?
Right, right.
You start seeing the change in the way you speak, the way you think. I think that transformation, in other words, also is merging or burning, whatever.
Mhm. My next question relates to the homework. 30 days, 3 months. Baba said 3 months. I'm giving you 3 months, and you tell me any story. I'm not going to believe any story you tell me because this is the 3 month homework. And I was thinking about Sakar Baba. Would Sakar Baba give all of you homework like that?
Yeah, there was always, I don't remember from Sakar Baba, but Prakash Mani Dadi used to give lot of homework. And then she will say, you give marks to your own self. 80%, 90%, 70%. You give marks to yourself. And then many gave, and then they say, oh, I gave more, I should have given less. And it's like you know yourself, you know your sanskars, and transform them. Yeah, Prakash Pani Dadi gave many times exam, homework.
Right, right.
These days also in Madhuban, they do this examination homework and in a Vyakti
Just on the
Parivar,
Murli and stuff,
is
right?
it once in a month or what? Bhumi Ben has exam. Everyone studies so much to give right answer, right? So some get 6 out of 10, some get 9 out of 10. Anyone gets 10 to 10? No? Yes? Yeah, they might be very good students, right?
Right. One of the things Baba was saying in Sunday's Murli again was about carelessness, royal carelessness, that it'll happen by the end. How do you maintain that urgency without feeling tension? Right, that, okay, Baba gave this homework 3 months, I have to do this, and I shouldn't be careless versus I'm tense about everything.
Some people, whatever tasks they have, they say, let's do it now. Some say, later on I will do. Maybe another day I will do. No, they have this habit. So I think same is with our efforts, sanskar, or if I have to do not, why not I do it now? That means if you have said certain words you should not have said, you just go back and say, no, I won't say it again. That means you are next, like Mama used to say, make a mistake one time, forgiven. Second time, warning. Third time, no forgiveness. So I think we have to do same with ourselves. One time is okay. Second time maybe, but not third time. So this way, sanskars could change. New sanskars can be cultivated. A lot of changes can happen.
Right. So the Baba gives example that when he was doing bhakti and his mind would wander, he would pinch himself, slap himself, right? Like that was his punishment. And so let's say if I do a mistake 3 times, and I'd say I'm not forgiving myself. What is the punishment I should give myself? No pizza? No pizza for 1 month. If I continue this, what do you think should be the punishment?
Write the Murli. Read Murli 5 times. Write something. No, Baba used to say 100 times. Or something like which can help the soul. Our punishment is not punishment. Our punishment, promotion. Pay more attention and punish yourself that way.
Right, right. This could be my last question, depending on your answer. Baba was saying that the sanskaras create progeny, like they create little babies. If you are careless, like careless sanskaras will create even more babies. And so how do you see this happening? Like what are these babies that are created, and how are they being, how do we stop them? How do we recognize before it happens?
Like you have any habit you have, let's say, you have eaten and you have left your plate right there, and you haven't put your chair properly. No, generally you finish food, you should take your plate and have your chair properly put. Majority of the people want, somebody else has to go and straighten chairs. I said, but if everyone does it, there will be less work. It's a good habit. It's a kind of decency that you sat, you removed your chair, now you put it back. So attention, carelessness is, it's all right. You tell them, they again do that, all right. Then it becomes kind of habit. When there is careless, we don't even listen properly. It's so interesting these days we notice people hear what is in their mind than what we telling them. Not everyone, but, oh no, you didn't say that. I said, but I said it. But they will listen to your own mind. So that also is somewhere we have to, is carelessness. If you are careful, then the way you hear, then you do it, then it becomes habit also. So that carelessness, not making mistakes. One of the very important thing is forgetting. So that, because there is so much to do, You don't have to remember, either you write down or you do it immediately. So for focus, you can use many different aspects.
Right, right. So, Didi, the question about, let's say, carelessness. So, Baba said if you're so careless, that carelessness can produce even more progeny. So, what do you think carelessness produces? Like forgetting, arrogance, like you're saying, that they don't even listen. Like, so that could be a progeny of carelessness.
When they listen, don't care, don't hear. So many little things grow from there. Yeah. So we have to be careful.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to the month on thoughts.
Yeah. Good homework.
Yeah, good homework.
Okay, Om Shanti.
Shanti.
Thank you.